Welcome back, Gules and football fans. Big news is breaking out of Barcelona as the club enters a critical phase after the summer transfer window. From Deco pushing for contract renewals with key stars like Frenkie de Jong and Eric Garcia, to Andreas Christensen's uncertain future, there's plenty of drama behind the scenes. Meanwhile, new signing Rooney Bardghji is shining on international duty and waiting for his Barca debut, while Marcus Rashford's loan move is already in doubt after a slow start. Add to that Frenkie de Jong's fresh fitness scare and Barcelona's growing injury list, and we've got a huge update to unpack. Let's dive straight into it. With the summer transfer window now closed, the sporting department of FC Barcelona, led by Deco, is turning its attention to contract renewals. Several key players see their current deals expire in 2026, and the club intends to address those situations in the coming months. According to Mundo Deportivo, talks with Frenkie de Jong are already underway, with negotiations progressing positively toward an extension. Once that matter is settled, Barcelona are expected to open discussions with Eric Garcia, whose contract also runs until 2026. The Catalan defender has become a trusted figure for HANSI Flick and is keen to remain at the club. Deco will initiate talks with Garcia upon his return from Brazil, and the club does not anticipate major obstacles in securing his renewal. The outlook, however, is different for Andreas Christensen. The Danish international is also under contract until 2026, but Barcelona are not currently planning to open negotiations with him. The Catalans had initially considered offloading him in the summer, yet Íñigo Martínez's departure forced a change of plans. Christensen, who was not looking to leave, has since found a more prominent role at the start of this campaign. Eric Garcia's renewal is not expected to be a difficult operation, but for now, it remains to be seen whether Andreas Christensen can convince Barcelona to continue counting on him and offer him another contract. Rooney Bardghji was one of the revelations of Barcelona's pre-season tour of Asia during the summer. The 19-year-old winger, who arrived this summer from FC Copenhagen in a deal worth over €2 million, staked a claim for a place in HANSI Flick's first-team dynamics. Barcelona's registration issues meant that he has yet to make his official debut for the Blaugrana, although it could take place soon after the international break. Bardghji shines for Sweden U21 national team. Called up by Sweden's U21 national team for the U21 European Championship qualifiers in the current international break, Bardghji starred in their opening clash against Armenia earlier today, leading them to a 3-0 victory. The 19-year-old Barca new signing scored from the penalty spot after previously setting up Jonah Kusiasare for his team's opening goal. His successful Panenka penalty late in the game redeemed him for an earlier miss from the spot just before halftime. These were Bardghji's first minutes since playing for Barca Athletic in a friendly match against Athletic Lleida on August 22, when he also netted from the penalty spot with a Panenka. Bardghji has already made it clear that he has no intention of returning to the reserves and would not have signed for the club if the plan had been to keep him with the B team. As such, the winger is awaiting his chance to make his first-team debut, which could happen as early as the game versus Valencia in a little over a week. Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong is heading back to the club early from international duty with the Netherlands due to fitness issues. The Dutchman played in Thursday's 1-1 draw with Poland but won't feature in their second World Cup qualifier of the break against Lithuania on Sunday. Manager Ronald Koeman has already revealed he took de Jong off against Poland due to some discomfort, and he's now been released back to his club side. A statement on social media read, "Frenkie de Jong has left the Orange training camp. The midfielder is not fit enough after the Poland game to play in the World Cup qualifier against Lithuania. Take care, Frenkie." This latest update is a real worry for Barcelona, who will be hoping Frenkie de Jong's withdrawal is nothing more than a precaution and not a serious setback. The timing couldn't be worse for the Catalans, as they are already preparing to face Valencia without Gavi and Alejandro Balde. To make matters worse, Lamine Yamal is also being closely monitored after picking up a minor back issue. Barcelona new boy Rooney Bardghji captained Sweden's under-21s to a 3-0 win over Armenia in Euro qualifying on Friday. The 19-year-old, who is still waiting to make his La Liga debut for Barcelona since his summer switch, set up the opener for Jonah Kusiasare just after the hour mark. Sweden then doubled their lead 8 minutes later before Rooney finished things off from the penalty spot with a cheeky Panenka. It's a good evening's work for Rooney, who will be relishing getting some playing time over the international break. Sweden are back in action on Tuesday against Montenegro, and Rooney will then head back to Barcelona. The young winger is eager to make his first appearance under HANSI Flick and is determined to prove himself at the top level. He has been clear from the start that joining Barcelona was about breaking into the senior team, not playing in the reserves, and now he's waiting for the chance to showcase his talent on the big stage. Marcus Rashford was part of the bomb squad that Manchester United were desperate to offload this summer. The Englishman rose through the ranks at Old Trafford and was once considered one of the brightest talents to have emerged from the club's academy. Things haven't gone according to plan of late, however. From registering the season of his life under former manager Erik ten Hag to falling out of favor under Ruben Amorim, Rashford saw his career go haywire in the span of 18 months. Marcus Rashford's future at Barcelona is already uncertain despite only arriving this summer. The 27-year-old forward left Manchester United in January to join Aston Villa on loan for 6 months, where he enjoyed a fairly solid spell. That led Barcelona to bring him in on another loan for the rest of the season, with an option to buy him permanently next summer for around £30 million. But things haven't gone smoothly in Catalonia. Rashford has struggled to make an impact in La Liga, starting just one of Barca's 3 matches so far and failing to impress when given minutes. Reports from Spain suggest the club is now considering cutting the loan short in January, a decision that could bring his Camp Nou chapter to an early end. Interestingly, there is a provision in the contract to facilitate a premature departure, provided the La Liga champions are willing to pay a £4.3 million penalty fee. The report adds that Rashford's performances this season have reportedly forced the Barcelona hierarchy to contemplate such a drastic step. A final decision on the matter, however, will be made in the coming months, so the 27-year-old will have to step up his efforts if he wants to stay. Rashford is under contract at Old Trafford until 2028. Rashford is under contract with United until 2028, but is no longer part of Ruben Amorim's plans. The Premier League giants remain eager to move him on permanently, and are hoping that a fruitful stay in Spain will help their cause. While the Red Devils haven't received a loan fee for the Englishman, they will save around £12 million in yearly wages from the deal. As such, if the temporary arrangement is revoked at the turn of the year, it could also have financial implications for the English giants, and cause a great deal of anger for the head coach at Old Trafford. FC Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong has left the Netherlands national team camp due to a minor fitness problem, it has been confirmed. Frenkie de Jong has left the Orange training camp. The midfielder is not fit enough after the Poland game to play in the World Cup qualifier against Lithuania, the statement from the Dutch national team read. The 28-year-old midfielder was part of Ronald Koeman's squad for the Orange's FIFA World Cup qualifying fixtures against Poland and Lithuania. In fact, de Jong started and played close to 80 minutes for the Dutch national team last night against Poland, with the game ending in a 1-1 draw. However, as confirmed by Koeman after the game, the midfielder was taken off due to some discomfort in his glutes. Frenkie warned us that he felt tightness in his glutes, so we didn't take any risks, the manager said. Now, it has been decided that the midfielder is not fit enough to play against Lithuania on Sunday, and as such has been released by the national team. De Jong had already missed 1 game for Barcelona this season, sitting out the trip to Levante due to the birth of his second child. Now, it remains to be seen if he is fit enough to feature against Valencia next week when Barcelona return to action after the international break. So, Kuhl's Barcelona's situation is as intense as ever. Contract renewals, rising stars, injury worries and Rashford's uncertain future are all shaping the story of this season. Deco and the sporting department have big decisions to make in the coming weeks, and the pressure is on for HANSI Flick to manage this squad through the storm. What do you think about Rashford's future? Should Barca keep him or cut the deal short? And is Rooney Bardghji ready to make an impact in the first team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Barca news every day. Visca el Barça.